What is up, you guys? Jory here, and welcome back to a new video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can play and optimize Genshin Impact on Linux. This is going to be an updated tutorial on my 1-year-old video where I showed you how you can play that game using Epic Games Launcher and Heroic Games Launcher. Now, that old video that I made, I'm still getting a lot of comments. Well, not a lot of comments, but I'm still getting some comments of people having issues. For example, one user told me that Heroic Games Launcher, when it comes to Genshin, the hoyoplay just crashes outright, which is unfortunately a recent issue that I have been noticing as well. And other users basically reported that when it comes to Epic Games Launcher, the game just doesn't launch, or they're getting these funky and weird issues. So instead of me showing you the typical Epic Games Launcher and Heroic Games Launcher, I'm going to show you two FOGs that you can use to install and run Genshin Impact, which is going to be Portals and Portproton. This tutorial is going to be very short, simply because installing Genshin Impact on Portals and Portproton isn't going to take you long, except for Portals, because it is a bit more advanced and it gives you a lot of options. But yeah, we're going to start with Portals, and make sure you have this FOG installed in your Linux distribution. But once you do, we are going to download the hoyoplay exe, and that's what we're going to use for Portals to install the game. So if you haven't already, basically download the hoyoplay exe, and make sure you download this exe from the official website and not any other website, of course, because we do not want to install an exe that is obviously connected with malware. So double check that you download this from the official website. So once that's installed, simply click here and we're going to type hoyoplay, and we're going to select gaming. And once you do, just click here where it says create, and it's going to create a portal for hoyoplay. Now what you want to do is you want to go to the settings, and this is where we're going to adjust some settings, but for the most part we're going to keep most of these at default. Now for this, I recommend two versions you can try. You can use the default one, or you can use the GE Proton 9-27. This version of Proton is the one that I've been using when it comes to playing gacha games like Genshin Impact and Zen Zone Zero. So this one, for me, it works just fine. When it comes to other versions of Proton, you might have luck and the game or the hoyoplay launcher will launch, or it may not launch. So if you're having issues where versions of Proton below 8 doesn't work for hoyoplay, I recommend this one, or just stick to the one that Portals uses by default, basically. And in case if you're wondering where I got these other compatibility layers, you can simply go back here and go to preferences, and you can go to the runners, and if you scroll down here where it says Proton GE, then you can download the latest Proton GE. However, if you're like me, then you probably have something called Portproton. So this is basically another FOG that I highly recommend. So this basically allows you to download the latest Proton GE, or if you are like me and you use a custom kernel for gaming, which is CachyOS, then you can also do that. So it allows you to download the latest compatibility layer to run these games. So just in case if you're wondering where I got these runners from, I also get them from Proton Plus, and I also get some of them from Proton GE, which is Portals. But with that said, you want to keep these settings at default, and you want to keep most of the settings at default, unless if you have an AMD graphics card and you want to use the Fidelity FX Super Resolution, you can do that. And basically what this does is it takes your resolution, which is not your native resolution, but let's say if you're running this game on a low resolution, then this basically upscales it to make the game look nice. So if you want to use this, you can do that, but for this tutorial I'm going to turn it off and keep it at default. For these settings, you can keep these at default except for this one, which basically allows you to monitor your system. So yeah, but for the most part you want to keep this at default. Oh, except for this one as well, which is game mode. Sorry. So these two settings, you can keep them at default, and yeah, but these two will need them, so do that basically. The rest of these I recommend at default except for the Regen directory. So we're going to add hoyoplay exe so that portals can find the executable, but yeah, the rest will be default, so we won't be touching any of these settings. So once you do, you want to go back here and you want to add a shortcut, and you want to basically add the exe, and yeah, now all you need to do is to launch and it should open. So as you can see, that was very quick. So once you do, you want to basically start your installation for the game. I already installed the game and I'm running it through Heroic, but yeah, once you do, go through the installation process and you should have Genshin Impact working using portals. So yeah, as you can see, the hoyoplay is working, and you can pretty much either get the game if you have the files of the game and the exe, or you can pretty much sorry, if you want to install it, you can do that, or if you have the files of the game and the exe, then you can pretty much click here and manually select where you install the games. But once you do, you should have Genshin Impact working with no issues. So the number one thing that I recommend you mess with is the runner, which the compatibility layers. If GE Proton doesn't work, then just use the default runner which Portals uses to run most Windows applications and games. If that doesn't work, then try out other runners. So you can try System Wine, and yeah, but as you saw, hoyoplay works, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Another force that you can use to play Genshin Impact is called Portproton. Now, I made a video about this force and it's really good. Not only can you use auto installs to download games from Epic or from Rockstar or any auto install, but you can use it to run emulators, and you can also configure the wine settings and other stuff that you can configure. But for Genshin, we're going to select the hoyoplay, and it's going to download the Proton 9-27. So it's basically downloading it and potentially extracting the files of it. So as you can see, with just one click, you're able to get this working. So just like before, you want to do your own installation, and I'm just going to show you a little bit that the Hoyo launcher is working. So if I continue the installation, as you can see, never mind. If you want to, you can create a shortcut, but shouldn't be much of a big deal. So now that you want to do is you want to keep these settings at default. Yeah, but once you do, just launch it and it should open. So as you can see, it's working, and you can install Genshin Impact and you should be good to go.
I'll uproot you!
Shine down.
This is order. Solidify.
Oh, okay. I think I know this commission. It's pretty annoying. Oh, is there only one puffer fruit? No, wait. Okay, let me do this. Okay, I think I need to destroy it. Alright. Alright, never mind. Oh, do I have to go near it? Alright, never mind. See, I haven't played this in a while, so don't blame me. Alright. Oh, okay, this one, it's gonna be easy.
Time to shine. Illusion shattered.
Gather. And shroud. Keep up. I hear everything.
Shine down. Now you shall perish.